One thing that's been on my mind
Yeah.
as we've been discussing these quotes
Uh-huh.
is how they emphasize the idea of community.
Oh, interesting.
Even though this is like,
Right.
a daily journal meant for individual reflection,
Okay.
it seems to always bring you back
Mm-hmm.
to the importance of connection.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
It's like they knew
Yeah.
that someone might feel isolated
Right.
in recovery.
Exactly.
And they built in these little reminders
Yeah.
to reach out.
Yeah, like little nudges.
Can you think of a quote that does that?
Yeah, there's this one from page 17 of
Okay.
the Yellow Book.
Uh-huh.
It says, telephone other members as often as possible between meetings.
Oh.
Use the telephone list.
Wow, that's very direct.
It is. It's like a command,
Yeah.
but it really highlights something important.
Right.
Recovery isn't supposed to be this solo journey.
Right. So for our listener,
Yeah.
think about that.
Mhm.
You know, that simple act of
Yeah.
just picking up the phone
Right.
and calling someone from your GA group.
Mm-hmm.
How do you think that might change things
I think
on a day when you're feeling really isolated?
it can be a lifeline,
Yeah.
even if you don't want to talk.
Right.
Just hearing another person's voice,
Mhm.
knowing you're not alone,
Right.
can make a huge difference.
It's about breaking through that isolation
Absolutely.
and tapping into that power of shared experience in this
Mhm.
journal
Yeah.
by including that quote. It's giving you that little nudge
Exactly.
towards that action.
It's like a little reminder,
You're right.
tucked in your pocket,
Yeah.
saying, hey,
Yeah.
you're part of something bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget to reach out.
Yeah, and that's so important,
It is.
especially when you're feeling discouraged
Right.
or tempted to isolate yourself.
Absolutely. It reminds you that there's strength in connection and
Yeah.
knowing that you're not going through this alone.
Powerful stuff.
Yeah.
I want to shift gears a little bit
Okay.
and talk about the actual benefits
Mhm.
of daily journaling.
Right.
So we've talked about the structure of the journal,
Yes.
and we've talked about some of these powerful quotes.
Mhm.
But how does the act of writing itself?
What's cool about journaling is
Yeah.
it provides this tangible record
Yep.
of your journey.
Mhm.
You can track your progress,
Okay.
identify triggers,
Uh-huh.
process emotions
Mhm.
in a safe and private space.
So it's not just about venting or
Yeah.
getting things off your chest.
Right.
There's real intention behind it.
Yes, absolutely.
So if you were to start using this journal today,
Okay.
how would you approach that writing process?
I would encourage them to be curious
Okay.
and honest.
Hmm.
Don't censor yourself.
Right.
Allow yourself
Okay.
to explore the full range of your thoughts and feelings,
You-
even the ones that might feel a little uncomfortable.
Be vulnerable
Exactly.
with yourself on the
Yeah.
page.
It's in that vulnerability
Yeah.
that real growth happens.
Right.
When we acknowledge those difficult emotions, those challenging thoughts,
Mm-hmm.
that's when we can start to understand them
Right.
and work through them.
The journal becomes this tool
Yes.
for self-discovery, almost like a mirror,
Yeah.
reflecting back your inner landscape.
As you write,
Yeah.
you start to see patterns emerge.
Okay.
You might notice that certain situations or emotions trigger that desire to gamble.
Right. So it's
Think-
not just
Yeah.
about processing emotions.
Right.
It's about gaining those insights
Right.
into your own behavior,
Exactly.
those potential triggers.
Those are crucial
Yeah.
for developing coping mechanisms,
Okay.
strategies to prevent relapse.
It's about empowering yourself
Absolutely.
with self-knowledge.
Yeah. And journaling can also help you
Yeah.
identify your strengths
Those-
and celebrate your successes.
Oh, that's important too.
It's not just about
Yeah.
focusing on the negative.
It's about
Mhm.
acknowledging those small victories
Absolutely.
along the way,
Yes.
those moments of clarity
Mhm.
and resilience.
And by writing those down,
Yeah.
you create a record of your progress.
Okay.
So on those tough days,
Right.
when you might feel discouraged, you can look back
Uh-huh.
and remind yourself how far you've come.
Yeah. It's a tangible reminder of your own strength
Mm.
and your own resilience.
And that can be really powerful.
Yeah.
It can help you stay motivated,
Okay.
committed to your recovery,
Right.
even when things feel tough.
Now, for our listeners out there
Okay.
who are interested in this GA daily journal
Mm-hmm.
and its potential
Yeah.
for supporting recovery,
Uh-huh.
you can find it on Amazon.
Okay.
And while you're there,
Yeah.
be sure to check out other
Got it.
resources from A Guiding Light 901 online.
Absolutely.
You can find us on Amazon and YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
And we would love it if you subscribe to our channel
Yeah.
for more deep dives into recovery resources, insightful discussions.
We're all about sharing
Yeah.
tools and strategies to help people reclaim their lives
Right.
from addiction
Okay.
and really embrace a brighter future.
Absolutely. All right.
Yeah.
Let's get back to these quotes.
Okay.
I'm curious to hear more about how they address
Sure.
the different stages and challenges of recovery.
There's one from October 28th that I thought was really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It says, "If I remain teachable, I will continue to find teachers."
Wow, what a great quote.
Yeah.
It emphasizes the importance of humility and that openness to learning.
Yeah, and I think it's acknowledging
Yeah?
that, wisdom can come from unexpected sources.
Okay.
It might be a fellow GA member,
Mm-hmm.
a therapist,
Mm-hmm.
a book,
Right.
even a tough experience.
Yeah, that's true.
It encourages you to stay open to those lessons wherever they show up.
Yeah, it's about
Yeah.
cultivating a mindset
Right.
of curiosity and that receptiveness,
Yeah.
that willingness to learn
Absolutely.
and to grow.
Yeah, and that's essential
Right.
for keeping up with your recovery.
Over the long term.
Yeah.
It's about understanding that you're always a student.
Right.
You're always evolving,
Exactly.
always growing.
And that growth is empowering.
It is. It's about stepping into your full potential.
Absolutely.
Not just as a person in recovery, but as a human being.
Right. And that potential is limitless.
Limitless. I love that.
Yeah.
Now, I know we've touched on the spiritual aspect of recovery,
Yeah.
but I'd love to hear more
Sure.
about how the journal addresses that.
Okay.
Are there any quotes that speak to that?
There's a powerful one
Okay.
from November 20th that says, "Success is mine today, no matter what the undertaking, when I tap the power of God within me and allow myself to be an open channel for the expression of his good."
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
It really speaks to accessing that inner strength and guidance
Right.
through connection
Yeah.
to something beyond ourselves.
For someone who might not
Right.
connect with that traditional religious language, how would you suggest they approach that quote?
That's a great question.
I think the essence of it is about recognizing we're not alone in this,
Yeah.
There's a source of support and love out there
Right.
that we can tap into,
Yeah.
whether we call that God or the universe
Yeah.
or even our own inner wisdom.
It's about trusting
Right.
that we're held
Yeah.
and guided
Uh-huh.
even when things are hard.
It's about cultivating that faith, that belief in something bigger
Right.
that can get us through those challenges.
Now, we've talked about
Yeah.
the importance of community,
Uh-huh.
but I know that reaching out for help
Right.
can be tough.
It can.
Are there any quotes in the journal?
There's one for February 8th
Okay.
that I thought was really insightful.
Uh-huh.
It says, "Am I beginning to see that learning to live with differences is essential to my comfort and in turn to my continuing recovery?"
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Because it seems to acknowledge that even in a supportive community,
Right.
like GA,
Yeah.
there will be differences of opinion, clashes, things like that.
Yeah.
How do you think reflecting on that quote might help someone navigate those challenges?
It encourages a mindset shift.
Okay.
Instead of expecting everyone to be just like you
Yeah.
or agree with you on everything,
Uh-huh.
it encourages you to embrace those differences.
Right. Yeah.
You know,
It's about recognizing
absolutely.
that diversity
Yeah.
can actually enrich the recovery process.
Exactly. It's about learning to communicate effectively,
Okay.
setting boundaries,
Uh-huh.
respecting those differences.
It's about building
Yeah.
those healthy relationships
It's absolutely.
that are crucial
Yeah.
for sustaining recovery over the long term.
Those connections provide
Yeah.
support, accountability, a sense of belonging.
All essential
They're all essential.
for thriving in recovery.
Yeah. And the journal,
Yeah.
by bringing up this topic, it seems to be preparing you
Okay.
for those real world interactions.
Yeah. So it's not just about
Yeah.
the individual journey.
Right.
It's about
It's about navigating recovery within a community.
powerful stuff.
Yeah, it is. It's a reminder
Yeah.
that we need each other.
Uh-huh.
We're stronger together.
That is a powerful message.
It is.
Well, we've covered a lot of ground,
Yeah.
but I feel like we've only scratched the surface
Yeah.
of the wisdom in this GA Daily Journal. So stay tuned
Yes.
for the final part of our deep dive into this remarkable resource.